Because I think Floyd at his best was a better defensive fighter than Crawford. Crawford's a better offensive fighter.
Floyd Mayweather, with all the tools that Terence Crawford has, I will pick Terence Crawford to beat a prime Mayweather.
The comparisons between Terence Crawford and Floyd Mayweather. We've even had the conversation to go as far as who would win in a fight between Terence and Floyd, and I truly don't know the answer to that question.
I do.
You do?
Yes.
Yeah.
Max Kellerman passionately explains why a showdown between Terence Crawford and Floyd Mayweather would be unforgettable, calling Crawford the finest undisputed champion of this generation, while also honoring Mayweather's legendary dominance in his prime. He emphasizes that Mayweather's defensive brilliance made him nearly impossible to hit, while Crawford's complete arsenal and current dominance prove he belongs at the very top. Kellerman sees this dream fight as the ultimate clash of eras, an electrifying collision of Mayweather's unmatched defense against Crawford's versatile offense, something fans would cherish forever.
At his best was a better defensive fighter than Crawford. Crawford's a better offensive fighter, but in those kind of matchups, I think defense usually beats the offense.
I don't. Because Terence Crawford got more to bring. He got more to bring to the table.
He's a great
Floyd
fighter.
Mayweather got the little shoulder roll, I get it. Controls distance, but Terence Crawford is also a master at distance. Terence Crawford has punching power to hurt Floyd Mayweather. We saw that in the Judah fight now.
Yeah, Shane too. Shane hurt him with the right hand.
Shane did hurt him as well.
Yep.
And did he fight Shane? But did Floyd fight Shane in his prime? Do you think he fought him in his prime?
Shawn Porter reflects on the never-ending debates comparing Terence Crawford and Floyd Mayweather, pointing out that these conversations often take away from appreciating their individual greatness. He explains that most people instantly side with Mayweather simply because his undefeated legacy is so deeply ingrained in boxing history. Porter highlights that while Floyd is the original standard-bearer, the pioneer who defined dominance and rightfully holds the title of the OG, that shouldn't diminish what Crawford has achieved. He reminds fans that both fighters represent different eras, each leaving their own powerful mark on the sport.
A lot of comparisons between Terence Crawford and Floyd Mayweather. We've even had the conversation to go as far as who would win in a fight between Terence and Floyd, and I truly don't know the answer to that question.
I do.
You do?
Yes.
Yeah. Who would win that fight?
Floyd.
Floyd would win that fight.
Yes, sir. I
Floyd
love you, Terence.
always figures it out.
Yeah,
Yes. He's a chess master.
Yeah, his IQ and
But
that
the
shit
funny
is
thing
crazy.
about it is Terence has been the only other guy that people can say he always figures it out.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that's true.
But you gotta have an OG somewhere.
Anybody else? Yeah.
There's an OG
Somebody
somewhere.
got to pioneer it, right? Yeah, you got it.
There's an OG you can't out-figure out somewhere. And I just believe Floyd is that OG you can't out-figure out.
Terence Crawford has directly responded to the constant comparisons with a statement that is both humble and powerful. He openly acknowledges that Floyd Mayweather was the greatest of his time, a legend who dominated the sport and left a lasting legacy. Yet, Crawford makes it clear that this is his era, and he is the one now redefining what greatness looks like. His words reflect a mix of deep respect for Mayweather and unshakable confidence in himself, reminding everyone that true greatness isn't about hypothetical matchups, but about recognizing the best of each generation. This balanced outlook is why Crawford earns admiration not only as a fighter, but also as a sharp mind within boxing.
Everyone is going to start making comparisons with your legacy to Floyd Mayweather. How do you feel you compare with Floyd with the resume you have now?
Listen, Floyd was the greatest in his era. I'm the greatest in my era. It ain't no need to compare me to Floyd or Floyd to me.
You talk the talk and you sure walk the walk. Your confidence and aura is on another level. Could we see a run as a light heavyweight?
Nah, we ain't going up that much.
Now,
Crawford has been very clear that a fight with Floyd Mayweather is not something he's chasing. While fans may love to dream about that matchup, he himself shuts the door on the idea, saying he has no interest in pursuing or defeating Floyd. His attention is firmly on closing out his career on his own terms, proving that his legacy doesn't need to be built by trying to topple a retired legend. Instead, Crawford's focus is on carving out his own chapter in boxing history and walking away with pride, having accomplished everything he set out to achieve.
Have you thought about going for 51-0, beating Mayweather's record with 50-0? Is that something that you thought about?
I already said I was never gonna beat Mayweather record. That's not something that I wanted to do.
Okay.
To be honest, I was gonna retire if I didn't get this Errol Spence fight.
Crawford highlights the weight of Canelo Alvarez's opinion, since Canelo is one of the few who has actually shared the ring with both him and Mayweather. When Canelo calls Crawford the better fighter, it carries real significance because it comes from first-hand experience. Yet Crawford stays grounded, making it clear that while Mayweather was the greatest of his time, this era belongs to him. That mix of Canelo's perspective and Crawford's humility shows that while outside views hold value, the true measure of greatness also lies in the respect fighters give each other across different generations.
You know, one where he felt like he was at the best, you know, and another where he felt like he was at a disadvantage when he had a rehydration clause and he was younger. So, you know, I don't know, you know, I don't go off of that. You know, Floyd is the best fighter, you know, in his era, and I feel like I'm the best fighter in my era.
One thing that I thought was really interesting about the fight, I always love watching you switch stances as effortlessly as you do. You didn't do that a lot in this fight. You didn't have to. Were you expecting not to have to?
No, I felt like I could have, but you know, why do something when something else is working?
Crawford reinforces his deep respect for Mayweather by calling him a true legend and making it clear that constant comparisons are unnecessary. He emphasizes that Floyd's era is already cemented in history as one of absolute dominance, while his own journey is about creating a different kind of legacy without forcing a rivalry that doesn't need to exist. By framing the discussion this way, Crawford not only honors both careers but also uplifts the sport itself, showing that greatness can exist in many forms instead of being reduced to a single definitive answer.
You gotta have 4 arms.
I know. I know.
And 6 eyes to beat Floyd.
Is Floyd better than you? Keyshawn beat Tank?
Keyshawn beat everybody, him and Shakur.
How you feel about them not fighting each other? That's cool?
Yeah, that's cool. They don't need to fight each other.
Was there anybody ever...
They can beat up everybody else.
Was there anybody ever like that in boxing with you? Because not really Shawn Porter, right?
Nope.
No friends in this business for you?
I think Tim Bradley would have been like that.
Okay.
I think me and Tim Bradley would have been like that. I wouldn't have fought Tim.
If the opportunity presented itself against Floyd, you would have, though, even though you admire him so much and he's so great. But you
Floyd, yeah, because I wasn't as close. Me and Floyd close now, but when Floyd was boxing, I wasn't as close with Floyd like I am now.
How do you beat Floyd, though? Like, since nobody's been able to crack that code.
You think I would tell you?
He ain't fighting anymore. So that fight ain't gonna happen.
You gotta have 4 arms.
I know. I know.
And 6 eyes to beat Floyd.
Is Floyd better than you?
I think you got your answer there.
Nah, I didn't hear nothing. Is Floyd better than you? Some fighters say, even like Gervonta Davis.
Beat your ass?
Okay, that's a no. That's a no.
Chris Algieri adds his voice to the conversation, stressing how difficult it really is to compare Mayweather and Crawford. He explains that debates over who is the greatest often go in circles because too many variables come into play. Different opponents, different eras, different circumstances. Instead of trying to declare one man as the ultimate best, Algieri believes fans should appreciate that both are extraordinary in their own ways. His perspective serves as a reminder that the constant push to crown just one fighter often distracts from simply admiring the brilliance both men brought to boxing.
And no, the discussion about, because Canelo was asked this question, who's better, Floyd or Crawford, and he immediately went to Crawford. Now, is that recency bias? Is that him protecting his own performance? Is that a veiled shot at Floyd? Probably all of the above. Is it really true? I don't know. And I think Crawford had a great answer. He goes, well, we're different eras. Floyd was, the best of his era. I'm the best of mine, which is a very diplomatic way to go about it. But listen, comparing the two is going to be an endless barbershop conversation that's going to go back and forth over literally the annals of time. I don't think we're ever going to be able to have a distinct argument where you're going to say, this is it. I actually want to do a video where I argue both sides with the same veracity and veracity, because it's that, because there is that much about it, and you can, which is an awesome thing, because this is going to be the barbershop, like, yeah, well, Rocky Marciano, Joe Louis. Well, he knocked out Joe Louis. Yeah, but he's 170. Like, we're gonna. That's the conversation
127 years old.
In real time with guys that we've all seen. Literally overlapping errors. So those discussions will always be there. It's great fodder. It's great barbershop debate. In the debate, it's debate. Yeah, it's going to be subjective.
I agree.
I think objectively, I don't think there's a way to really separate.
Yeah, I agree. And I prefer, as I was thinking about it, like, wow, I can't believe I've watched the Floyd era, the Crawford era, the Usyk era. It's like I've gotten to see some really great fighters. You know what I'm saying? Like, and in the 90s, when boxing was, everybody was going head to head. There wasn't a guy that stood out like Floyd, Crawford, and Usyk, where it was super, super dominant.
Robert Garcia praised Crawford's stunning win over Canelo Alvarez, saying Crawford delivered exactly the kind of performance he always believed he was capable of. He pointed to the power, skill, and composure Crawford displayed, emphasizing that the victory was a true reflection of his preparation and natural talent. By defeating a star of Canelo's magnitude, Crawford proved he could dominate even the biggest names in boxing, solidifying his case as one of the all-time greats. Garcia's recognition adds weight to Crawford's legacy, showing that seasoned trainers and analysts alike deeply respect his accomplishments.
That you gave Crawford a really good chance. Did you see on Saturday night exactly why you gave him that chance?
I think so. He's very talented. He's a very disciplined fighter also. He's healthy. And, a lot of people were saying, oh, well, he hasn't fought, or he didn't look too good against Madrimov at 154. How can he look good? He's a talented fighter, and that challenge for him pushed him even harder to train harder and to be better. That challenge, went up against Canelo, moving up 2 divisions, hearing that people are saying, oh, he didn't look too good against Madrimov, so how could he look good at 68? Well, that motivated more, man. He trained hard. He did what he had to do. Like I always said, I wasn't going to put money on it because it's also very dangerous. Like, Canelo's a beast, strong. So I never really, I wasn't going to put money on it, but I did give him a chance. He's got talent, man. He's got skills, and what he did was unbelievable, man. We were, there was another show that we do with Boxing Scene, and we had it right before the fight, at 4 o'clock, before the main card started. And they asked me, what's your final prediction? I said, you know what? I'm gonna say it, Crawford by decision. Because I talked to Bomac on Thursday night. They're in Vegas, and he seemed very positive, motivated. So that kind of gave me a little, you know what? My final prediction is Crawford by decision, and he pulled it off.
Teddy Atlas broke down Crawford's win with sharp detail, praising his composure and unique ability to see openings others completely miss inside the ring. He highlighted Crawford's precise, disciplined jab as a clear display of tactical brilliance. Atlas also gave context by comparing Canelo's fights with both Mayweather and Crawford, pointing out that when Floyd faced him, Canelo was still young and inexperienced, while Crawford met a far more seasoned version of the Mexican star and still outclassed him. He even stressed the age factor, noting that Floyd was 40 when he fought Canelo, while Crawford was nearly 38 in his victory. For Atlas, these elements underscore just how remarkable Crawford's accomplishment truly is.
But he's not digital. There's only a few guys that are digital. What do I mean by that? He's not Crawford. What do I mean by that? Where does it separate? Instincts, eyes, calmness, the mind wonders. I know the body wondered. I saw the combinations. Canelo's throwing one at a time, and Crawford's hitting him with 3, 4, 5 shots. He put them together. He's controlling the range. Yes, he had the reach advantage. Yes, he used it. He used his jab. He controlled the reach. But it's more than that. It's the mind at work. He's more advanced. He sees things. He's calm in an uncommon environment, calmer than most. So calm, he'll see things others don't see. Just a millisecond, I was explaining this to Stephen A. the day before. Just a millisecond before someone else sees it, he sees it. And he's got the mental control, the confidence, the supreme confidence Customato talked about. He said he only saw 2 fighters with that. Teddy, I only saw 2 fighters with supreme confidence. Sugar Ray Robinson, greatest fighter of all time, and Muhammad Ali, where they don't believe you can beat him. That's Crawford. All of that together, mixed together, makes a perfect cocktail of supremeness, of greatness, of another level, of digital. And that's what he sees things, he reacts to, he sees a twitch.
Canelo. Alvarez himself has openly stated that Crawford is the better fighter, and his words carry enormous weight because he's actually faced both Mayweather and Crawford in the ring. Unlike speculation, Canelo's perspective comes from first-hand experience, making his opinion one of the most credible voices in the debate. By acknowledging Crawford's superior skill, Canelo gives strong legitimacy to the argument in Crawford's favor. His statement reinforces the belief that Crawford's current form and achievements solidify him as one of the greatest fighters in the world today.
I think Crawford is way better than Floyd Mayweather. We already know, we knew Crawford is a great fighter, and I did what I supposed to do, right? I tried for every way, and I trained really hard, and he deserved all the credit. No, I try my best tonight, and I just cannot figure out the style.
Was it something specific, the movement or his speed or power, or what? Was there something you could put your finger on that gave you the most trouble?
Everything.
Okay.
He have everything. You know what? Sometimes you try and your body cannot go, right? That's my frustration. Maybe I can figure out Crawford, but my body cannot go anymore. So I try it, but my body just not let me go. And you need to accept it. That's it. He's a great fighter. He's a good fighter. He know how to move and everything.
After Crawford's commanding victory over Canelo, the comparisons to Mayweather intensified, with many admitting it's nearly impossible to declare who truly stands above the other. Crawford's rare achievement of becoming undisputed across multiple weight classes and unifying 4 belts in different divisions gives him a distinction that even Mayweather never reached. While Floyd's perfect undefeated record remains untouchable, Crawford's ability to conquer new divisions and unify them elevates his legacy in a unique way. For countless fans and analysts, this places Crawford on equal footing with Mayweather, if not higher in certain respects, cementing his status as a historic figure in boxing.
After last night's match between Crawford and Canelo, I am not gonna lie, that boy Crawford up there with Floyd. The way he went toe-to-toe with a heavy hitter like Canelo is actually crazy, bro. And this is probably one of Crawford's best fights. Like, he was super sharp. Like, dude was super sharp, super clean, and he stayed in that pocket. People talking about that Crawford was running. I'm not gonna lie. It didn't look like he was running at me. It looked like he was taking them hits on the chin. I mean, for God's sakes, bruh. He got stung in the head and took himself to the hospital. Like, dude, real life like that. And I know that, you know, Floyd, he real life, you know, he a good boxer. Floyd is actually one of my favorite boxers. But Crawford is now becoming one of my favorite boxers because he's very, like, skillful. The technicality of him and just the decisions he makes in that ring, bro, to get up on a scoreboard is crazy. And he's not like one of them fighters like how Shakur, he boxes for points. And that's cool. That's the way boxing's supposed to go, I guess. But Terence, you can get that from him, but you can also get that aggressiveness when he in that pocket and he throwing a couple hooks and trying to take you out. But I will say, Canelo even said it. He said, bro, he thinks that Crawford is way better than Floyd. And they asked him, like, why would you, think that? He just said everything he does is different. I can't understand the style of boxing he had. and he was saying that he's good in everything when it comes to the ring. Like, and I'm not gonna lie, Canelo is not lying. Like, Crawford is like that, bro. I'm not gonna lie, to stand toe-to-toe with Canelo, that actually is crazy, because everybody knows he's a heavy hitter. Like, he's a knockout artist. But yeah, he definitely deserves it, bro. That boy Crawford 42-0, and I don't know why he's even thinking about retiring, but you gotta pass up Floyd. I'm not gonna lie, you need to get some more semis under your belt, because if you pass up Floyd, that's when the rumblings are gonna really be like, oh yeah, he's the best. I don't think he's gonna retire. I think that he still go, fight it out.
That wraps up today's video. Thanks for watching. And be sure to stay tuned for what's coming next.